Yes, it's finally here. The all-new Peugeot 3008. Now, I have a big question to ask all of you. Is this a French revolution? There are a number of reasons why I believe it's the case. Let's check it out. Now, if we study the exterior design of the Peugeot 3008, we see that there is no reference to its previous generation. Peugeot has played it revolutionary. And rightfully, this is something about the French car manufacturers. It's very rare they play evolutionary compared to the Volkswagen group. And now with Stellantis that just happened, we see a bit of Dodge references. Like when I saw the rear design, first thing that came to my mind was something like a Dodge Durango or something. It resembles it, especially with the continuous, well, you have the rear lights and then you have this continuous black trim right here. Very interesting. And then the simple rear door. Just look at the way they've employed simplicity. It reminds me of what BMW just did with the X2. And then if we look at the interior, Peugeot has abandoned the piano style concept of buttons. Instead, they've resorted to something like this. Now, this kind of concept is familiar to me. I actually saw this in the Chevrolet Corvette, but Chevrolet has no connections with Stellantis whatsoever, so I'm quite confused. Like, who is this a reference to? Maybe it's not a reference to anybody in particular, but again, Stellantis vibes here. Speaking of BMW X2, I mentioned earlier, for some reason they have this continuous screen right here. What a coincidence. That's interesting. But what's not a coincidence is that they have an additional screen just right here. Wow. And they have this small steering wheel, which I'm just not a fan of. And for the rest, the fact that they're employing this continuous black strip, again, is probably a reference to Stellantis. It's probably a reference to something Dodge. Now, just one minor detail I'd like to point out is that there's a big difference between the front door and the back door. Listen to this. Every time I close this front door, there's this metallic effect coming from here. It sounds better built, but then when you listen to the back door, it sounds a bit more generic. A bit of a metallic effect, but I can tell you guys, this is far better than the previous generation. Let's look at the previous generation right now. This is the previous generation Peugeot 3008. Oh my goodness. I can already feel the weight of the door. It's a bit lighter. Yeah, I can definitely tell you there's a difference. The new generation has a more metallic effect. Yes, this may be the new generation Peugeot 3008, but let's not get too excited. We still have to cover the price tag. This particular Peugeot 3008 costs 45,000 euros. Let's see if it's good value for money or not. Let's talk about the equipment now. You get a 360-degree parking camera with parking sensors at the front and at the rear, driver assist, panoramic sunroof. Oh, and finally, these guys have a glasses holder. Fake vent right here. Ingaro blue body paintwork. 19-inch wheels called Breda Orbital Black. Oh yes, interior of the Peugeot 3008, the 3008. So, first of all, I like the sound of the door from inside. Sounds nice. Okay, good. So one thing I like is how this whole thing cocoons you. It's directly over here, so you lean over here and everything. Just one little problem is that my wrist is just right over the volume button, so I will accidentally click on it and accidentally roll onto it, increasing and decreasing the volume, you see? So it's just, I know what the idea was, to make it cozy for the driver, but yeah, the way it's been executed. Okay, so one thing I have to say is that the steering wheel already bothers me. I'm not a fan of this concept. So this is why I have to adjust the steering wheel downwards so that I look at the screen better. Because usually in conventional cars, you would see the screen through the steering wheel. So in between the handle and the drum of the wheel. But in Peugeot, they've changed the concept completely. And speaking of adjustments, I'm going to check out the seating adjustment. Oh no, are you kidding me? Oh gosh. Okay, to move the seat front and back, it's a bit of a struggle. I have to compress my wrist against the seat to actually get it going. But once you get it going, it's good. So seating adjustment, you can adjust it up and down with ease. Okay, now another hurdle is to adjust the back. I have to twist a little wheel, and then this will annoy my wrist in long terms. Okay, otherwise, I get there's something interesting happening onto the door. I like how you get this separate armrest right here, but then the window buttons are like right there. Why not just put everything on one armrest? Otherwise, I like the presentation. The window buttons haven't seen any update whatsoever. I mean, these are exact same window buttons they've been using in the past 7 years already, I think. Practicality time. You get 2 cup holders of fixed sizes that are adjustable. That's good. And then you get this little storage space that's quite innovative. Wow! Oh my goodness. This is such a cool system. This is so cute. And you even get 2 USB points there. Well, no. These are charging ports. And there's a 12-volt socket in there. Wow, that's cool. I'm impressed. Then you get a glove box right there that's far away for me to reach. This has to be the first time I've ever seen a glove box far away from me. And the glove box isn't that massive compared to... Well, it's deep, but there's this big lump of plastic that eats the space. All right. Anyways, central console storage, which is adjustable. You get this little tray. That's nice. And you can move it away to adjust to get inside. That's good. It's a deep central console storage space. That's good. Now it's time to check out the door bin. Oh, the door bin is... Wow. The door bin is quite small. It can fit a bottle in there, but it's smaller compared to what competitors would offer, like that of the Volkswagen Group, for example. And I like how there's a driving mode sitting right there. Oh, another remark I have to make about the steering wheel is they kind of modernized it. That's the only difference. This time you get soft touch buttons, which is good actually. And you even get driving palettes, which are really tiny. Good, easy to reach. And those Stokes, they look better. I like the piano black on top of it. The piano black effect is good. I'm impressed. It's good. It's good. And this infotainment system is sitting right here. It floats. The concept is almost similar to what BMW has been adopting as of lately. It is time to check out the back seats. First of all, oh, it's cozy. The back seats are super cozy. Okay, let's just sit inside. How about that? First thing I like is you get handles right here. I'm pointing this out because I've seen some Stellantis models where they don't even offer handles in the back seat. So Peugeot has been generous in this regard. Thank you, Stellantis. Thank you, Peugeot. Now, okay, the handle is in a weird position. In conventional cars, handles would be in a position like this, or at least horizontal. But in Peugeot, it's like this, almost 45 degrees, but in an opposite angle. Anyways, something I have to get used to. Oh, you don't get any backseat pocket. No, any backseat armrest. Okay, that's interesting because the seat is like a sofa. I was thinking, wouldn't it be better to... Okay, never mind. No climate control, so you have to beg the front passenger and the driver to be generous to understand your climate needs. And although you do get air vents right here at the back, which is good. Back door bin. Back door bin is average for its price in segments. That's great. Backseat pocket. It's the shortest backseat pocket I've ever seen, but it is a net, so it is flexible. By the way, feet room is good, perfect. But my shin is very close to the front passenger seat for some reason, and my knee room is still great, but then the back of the seat is hard plastic. So, yeah, I'm lucky, but then. For future reference, just beware. It's time to check out the boot space of the Peugeot 3008, but just one thing to watch out for is that the handle, the button to open the rear door is buried right here underneath the pointing metal. Now I want to start with the boot lip. The boot lip sticks out very proudly. There is this nice material over here which is so good that I really don't want my luggage to make contact with it, but unfortunately it sticks out too proudly. So I have to be very careful in long terms. For the boot space, it has a adjustable floor, I believe. No, maybe it's not adjustable, but it's got a lot of space underneath. I believe that would have been for your spare tire. You get a 12-volt socket right there, a little hook right here. Here's my conclusion of the Peugeot 3008. Price of 45,000 euros. This Peugeot 3008 is good value for money. It is not one of the best things you can get currently in the market, but then at the same time, it is as good as it needs to be, and it is quite family friendly when needed. This is quite a versatile crossover SUV, but it's not the best. It's not perfect, but it gets the job done. And it's funny because 45,000 euros was not far from the Mini Cooper I reviewed just in my last video, which was 40,000 euros. And this makes far more sense. But then to be fair, these are two completely different cars. The Mini Cooper is a hot car you just want to buy for the style. This, on the other hand, is a French Revolution. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos that are on the run. I will see you all next time.